Right, so I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah HaKadash, double unto the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Right, so what we need to understand is that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And who is the wicked? Well, you will have to understand the works of the wicked, which means in order to do that, you got to understand righteousness and you have to understand wickedness. Now, what is righteousness according to the scriptures? Right? Well, let's get it real quick. Right? This is one of my favorite book chapters and verses, right, to tell you what righteousness is. And the scripture, I believe in John, also tell you that, believing in Yahweh Shai is counted as righteousness. Right? So this is Psalm 119 and 172. And the scripture says, my tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So if the commandments, right, are righteousness, which the commandments are the laws and the statutes, right, then what is wickedness? Well, that which is contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments. And who's contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments is the wicked. Right? Because the scriptures tell you here in the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter, it says, let me see if this is it. Let me see. Right, so Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should have take my covenant in thy mouth? Right, seeing thou hateth instruction and castest my word behind thee. So what is the wicked, right? What is the wicked to declare the statutes of Yahweh Shai? Because again, the laws and the statutes and the commandments are righteousness. So to identify the wicked will be contrary to life ultimately, right? So let's find out who the wicked is according to the scriptures, right? This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, and the scripture says, whereas Edom, which that Hebrew word Edom is Adamam, which means red, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So again, in order to identify the wicked, you will have to see the actions of the wicked, which will be contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And a lot of people will not be able to see that because a lot of you are contrary to righteousness. You believe that your opinions, your basis of your opinions is right in your own mind. So when you go to the book of Isaiah 5 and 20, the scripture says, for they say that evil is good and good is evil, right? And that's based off your own opinions. Right? If you was to get into a conversation with somebody, let's say, not even a conversation, let's say you watch a video on Jake talking about the so-called black woman, Hispanic and Native American women, right? And how they're such harlots and things like that, which is true, you will see that his stances, a lot of his stances isn't based on the scriptures. Is based on his own opinion or what he have learned in the world and that he's gurgitating. And that's what I said, is that a lot of these people opinions are not based on the scriptures. I made a video on that, man, a while back. So again, a lot of these people opinions aren't based on the scriptures. It's based off their emotions. It's based on how they feel. And why is that? Because the wicked rule over the earth. The wicked told you that you have a choice. Right? The wicked told you that if you wanted to be a homosexual, a lesbian, a transgender, a bisexual, that you can do that. Right? And if it feels right, then it got to be good. Isn't that what they say on their TV shows like Grey's Anatomy? If it feels good, it must be right. And that's the wicked, right? The wicked didn't tell you, well, if it's not according to the scriptures, it ain't right. The wicked ain't gonna tell you that, because we just read it in the book of Psalms 50 and 16. What is the wicked to declare the statutes of the Most High? He's not. The scriptures tell you that a woman can't be with multiple men, meaning that she can get into an argument with her husband, and she just can't get up and go leave and go be with another man. The scriptures tell you that she can't do that. The scriptures tell you that a man can't have sex with another man's wife. The scriptures tell you that you can't be doing that. Esau's not telling you not to do that. Esau's telling you, well, Esau had put it in the minds of the people to say, hey, look, if towards the woman, if he's not making you happy, then find somebody else, right? And you got men, telling their sons, oh yeah, man, just, my son's a player. My son's this, my son got many women and things like that. But a lot of them women that he's messing around with have husbands, man. So yes, you people are contrary to righteousness. Esau, Edom, the wicked Edom, is contrary to righteousness. So no, he's not gonna declare the statutes and the righteousness of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. What he's gonna do is he's gonna go around it and create his own laws, create his own statutes, his commandments, and that's what you people gonna follow. And and this is what really proves that you can identify the wicked from 100 miles away if the spirit is on you to identify that, man. Because who's polluting the air? Who's polluting the ozone layer? Who's polluting the water, the food, right? Who's doing that? Why do you people got cancer? Why do you people got the C-19 or the Deltacron? Why do you people have these things? This is something that this is something that the spirit will have to be put upon you in order for you to understand why is these things in the world happening, man. And ultimately they're happening for judgment, man. So Job 9:24, you already know what I'm about to get. The scripture says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth, right? So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? Is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans the wicked? Is the earth given into them? As I recall, that the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you got the Native Americans in reservations. Look how they living over there in reservations. The so-called Black and Hispanics are living in ghettos. So how are they rulers of the world? You got so-called Black Hispanics being shot down in the streets, being choked up, right? You got people finding them being strung up in California. So how are they the rulers, right? Is the so-called Japanese and Chinese, are they the rulers of the earth, right? Or are they just a part of the wicked? Right? Or what about the Russians, which are Edomites, or the Ukrainians, which are Edomites? Right? So who's the wicked of the earth? If you people can identify who the wicked is, then who is the wicked? Is it spiritual Satan? Is spiritual Satan in the world, physically in the world, with a body, causing all sorts of havoc? No, he's not in a physical body, but he's working spiritually, and he's working through the wicked, man. He's working through the wicked. But now, again, the spirit has to be on you to identify the wicked, because you got a lot of people saying that the wicked isn't who the wicked is. Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses, when we point out that the red man, Hellboy, right, ultimately the so-called white man, when we point him out to be the wicked, nah, it ain't him. It can't be him. Jesus Christ is white. How can it be white people? Right? Because this is the mindset of you people. How can it possibly be the so-called white man? How can it possibly be him being a wicked? How could it? So again, this is something that the spirit will have to be put upon you to understand, which you people are really not willing to understand. So again, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who is he, man? Who is the wicked? Who is the wicked? We as prophets, we know who the wicked is. But you people, you don't know. We know who the wicked is, man. Let me get this, man. In the book of prayer of Azra, right? 1 and 8. Let me get this, man. So the scripture says, prayer of Azra 1 and 18, which Christians don't believe in the Apocrypha. Vocab Malone doesn't believe in the Apocrypha. That's fine. We really don't give a ish what you people don't believe in. We don't care, man. It says, wherefore all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of the lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world, right? We just went into Job 9:24. We just went into Psalms 50 and 19, right? And then we proved that the wicked will be contrary to the book of Psalms 119 and Psalms 119 and 172. So the wicked will be contrary to righteousness. So that's how you identify the wicked and the earth, right? That's how you identify the wicked. It said he would be the most wicked in all the world, right? So let's go here, man. This is I want to say that's either first or second Maccabees. Let's see. Salakia, bear with me. Bear with me for a second. Right, so first Maccabees 1 and 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule over one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. And I believe when you go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, I want to say that's the 3rd chapter, says when the wicked multiply of transgressions increases, man. So again, you know, who is the wicked and how can you identify the wicked? But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it from there and say Barakatah Yahweh by Shemi Hawashah. Lord willing, I was edifying. Shalom.